If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
So let's get away from sports because you usually do that with him. These dudes that are down there campaigning and maniacing down on the street corner in Baltimore, they're doing it on Wall Street and stuff like that. You're a guy that's an activist. You stand up for things that you believe in. I saw another video that you did recently about marriage equality. Are you the type of guy that would, if you were not doing what you're doing for a living, and I'm not saying it would be about this necessarily, but could you, for something that you believed in, see yourself going and living on a street and like sitting there every day and that being your life?
Nah, because, you know, it's one thing to be an activist, but, you know, I still have a whole life outside of those things that, I'm trying to change, you know?
Right.
So it's like every day, like, I want to get better. I want to do something to make myself better and, you know, make my family better and, you know, influence the community and influence the city and influence the nation. And, you know, that's what the people on Wall Street are doing, but at the same time, that's not paying your bills.
Right.
You know, so...
How are you helping the problem?
Well, I mean, they believe in their cause, you know, and I don't even know what's going on with this whole, you know, take down Wall Street and all this stuff. And the economy is such a mess, and I have no idea, you know, about any type of fiscal stuff. That's why I'm going to business school, you know,
right.
so I can take care of my own affairs and whatnot, you know. But if you do have a cause, you know, you have to believe in it, and if it's a big enough cause, then you have to do what you have to do. So I guess that's what they believe in, you know. But like, if it was slavery or something like that, then yeah, I'm gonna do something.
See, I thought
I'm gonna go a lot further for something like that.
Sure, but I thought you were going to tell me you were too good looking to go live on the streets and do something like that. I thought that was where you were going to go with that.
Nah, you think I'm handsome? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It's all about the hair now.
Sorry, you can admit it. I won't take it the wrong way.
Well, I know that about you, but I'm still not going to say it. You're not going to get that out of me, whether I believe it or not. Anyway, so you see these guys doing stuff like this. Like, what if somebody came to you? You know, like, what if you had a chance to ask those dudes, like, anything? This group of guys are just walking by, and there's a group of dudes that are all sort of living their life on the street. What would you ask them? Like, what's the question?
Well, since I'm not too informed about what's going on, I'd be like, okay, what's your cause? What's your purpose? What are you guys doing? What do you hope to accomplish? What is the answer? How do you fix the problems that we're in now? And you know, I just get their point of view, and then, you know, I'd be able to walk away and have my own opinion about what's going on with it.
How many times do you get stopped and like asked about the things that you're, you know, actively talking about? How many times do you randomly have someone approach you that way and say, you know, I don't really agree with you, and I mean, how many times do you deal with things like that?
More so through social media, so it'll happen on Twitter or Facebook. And then every once in a while, one of my teammates will come up to me and ask me about it, but it's probably something I address maybe once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
And you say your teammates, is it in a confrontational type of way, or is it more, are they cool? Because we've heard...
like, one of them asked me, like, oh, I heard you were coming out. I was like, no, that's not, you heard wrong.
You're like, I probably would have told you guys before I like went to the rest of the world and told them.
Right. I was like, no, actually, I'm supporting, you know, marriage equality. I'm not coming out about anything. I'm supporting marriage equality. That's what I'm doing.
They're like, oh, okay. I guess that makes a lot more sense.
But he tried to spin it on me, but he didn't really understand. He's like, but marriage is between a man and a woman, and the Bible says this. I'm like, but you don't understand that everybody doesn't believe in the Bible, you know?
Right.
So there's, you know, more than half the world doesn't believe in the Bible, but then again, it is what it is.
Well, you view that as a way to educate people when you get in that situation.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't tell somebody what to believe in and things like that. You know, all I can tell them is that everybody was created equal, and if you're gay or if you're, you know, lesbian or whatever it is, that's the way that God made you. It's not a choice. That's the way that you're created. So you have to accept everybody just the way they are. Just like, you know, I'm, you know, the color that I am, and I do whatever I do. I didn't have a choice, you know, about being this color, and you didn't have a choice about being.
No, wait a second. I don't know where you're going yet, but I don't like it.
You didn't have a choice about being this very unattractive man that you are, but I accept you.
Says
you're still
the man.
my friend.
Hang on. Says the man with the Justin Bieber.
And it's so superficial, right?
Right.
Inside, that's all that counts is right in here. And I love you, man. I love you, man.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. I can't believe you're doing this to me.
But why are you freaking out everybody in Timonium? You're gonna freak everybody out.
I don't think so. They're pretty cool with it. Yeah, I think they're pretty accepting of it. All right, let's lighthearted before we get out of here. Like that wasn't. Best trick-or-treat candy when you were growing up. The thing that you most wanted to get when you went around trick-or-treating. And who had the most awful trick-or-treating? Like, what was the thing that you got every year?
I hate freaking candy corns.
Really? No doubt.
Dude, candy corn is the worst trick-or-treating candy. Oh, those little waxy black, orange, and white or whatever.
Wait a second.
Okay, so you're gonna eat a candy corn or you're gonna eat a damn Snickers?
I'll take the Snickers.
Get out of here.
But be that nice little old lady at the end of the street to give you pennies. What am I going to do with a penny?
What are you gonna do with a penny?
You can't eat a penny.
Or how about the people who give you like fruit?
Yeah, you know, apples.
But talking about fruit though, there was this family, they're the Marinis, and they had their own candy. They made their own candy. It was called Marini's Candies or whatever.
Okay.
And so they made whether it was chocolates or taffies or candy apples or caramel apples. So that's what they gave away for Halloween. So my favorite thing on Halloween was to go to the Marini's and get a caramel apple with nuts on it.
Pretty good.
So it is fruit, but you know, then they had the ones with chocolate covered with nuts on it. But man, you go to the store, that thing was like $5.
Right.
Yeah, so that thing was awesome.
Totally underrated.
That was the best. The best was the caramel caramel apples. No, the caramel apple that I was just telling you about with the nuts. And the worst is candy corns. And if you like candy corns, then we can't be friends. Plain and simple. Dave, you're gonna flip me off, Dave. I got my buddy Dave here, and he comes and supports me. He comes to all my shows and all my events, and I love the guy. But now that he eats candy corns, relationship.
Luke said he liked candy corn too.
I do too.
Better than a Snickers, Luke?
Not better than a Snickers, but I like candy corn. But Kit Kat was always my favorite.
Dude, caramel creams are so underrated. Caramel creams, if you get a handful of caramel creams, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a win. Of course, I have awful teeth, so that probably has something to do with it. That's it for us tonight. The show's been brought to you by our friends here at High Tops.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.